You know I smoke a lot of grass. Well, I popped a lot of pills, but I've never touched nothing. Even my spirit can kill. You know I've seen a lot of people walking around with tombstones in their eyes, but the pusher don't care. Or if you die, pusher. He's a man with a long grass in his hand. Wow, but the pusher is a monster. Don't you know he's not a natural man? The dealer for a little child and selling lots of sweet weed. But the pusher on your body. Oh, don't you know you leave your mind to scream? The pusher. I say, God damn the pusher. Yeah, the pusher man. The president of this land, you don't declare top of war on the pusher man. Your eyes cutting if he stands, shoot him if he runs. I come with my battle and my razor and my gun. I'm the pusher. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy yourself. See you next time. Take care, stay well. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Bruce Gas over here with you. Putting a little dark blues in the background here. We heard Steppenwolf, John Kay, the Pusher Man. It was an old song from growing up back in the 60s. And you know what I want to talk about some we got a huge fight coming up this weekend, man. A huge fight. We've got the unified, undisputed lightweight championship of the world. I hope that music's not on too loud. Is it, man? Is the music okay, man? I have to have something going on in the background, and I like a little jazzy blues playing back there to kind of get us ready here, man. But we got the big fight this weekend, and there's been a lot of lightweight fights in my day, and we're gonna talk about that, bro. We're gonna talk about some of the fights that I've seen. A lot of people say, "Oh, really? The historian." Bro. I ain't no historian, bro. I just like talking about what I lived through. And I lived through a lot of big lightweight fights, man. A lot of lightweight fights, man. The first lightweight champion that I was watching was Roberto Duran, but I digress. Get the atmosphere right, get the head right, man. Talk a little bit about the weed over here. About something that I just got to today. Something that I think everyone who enjoys token, right now we're token. We got the Toka 2 over here, bro. We got some do-si-do in the old tube. Do-si-do. Hey, let me show you this shirt that I got before I get all comfortable here. Check this out, man. I only care about boxing and maybe maybe 3 people and my dog, but isn't that a fucking cool shirt, bro? Put my excuse me, put my microphone back here. A little water. Number one, water is life. Nah, bro, unseen, man. I like to exercise my memory, man. I love boxing, and right now we're talking about that unification, the undisputed, the great fight this weekend, man. And I can't wait, man. I don't care who wins. I want to see a good fight, man. I think they're both very, very worthy fighters, man. It's the best we have today, and I'm not fighting anything like that, bro. That's going to be a great night of boxing. An afternoon for my brothers in Australia, my sisters in Australia. My friend Carl Hansen was going to go, and his daughter's taking a little turn, man. His daughter was born prematurely, and she has to go back into the hospital. She's not getting not gaining the weight, not accepting the food. And Carl was going to go. Carl's a big
a big Kambosos fan. Kambosos sent him a letter, encouraged his daughter, man. It's a beautiful thing. And that's why, people talk bad about other fighters, man. They I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, man. I don't think that there are any boxers that I have any fucking personal feelings for. Last night, me and George and G5, we did the Tuesday night fights, and we talked about the cheaters in boxing. That we've had. I should have worded it like that we've had the displeasure to see, because it's, we watch those fights, and it just kind of it puts a scar on the sport that we love, but it's part of boxing and the lightweights, man. But anyway, let me get back to my weed over here, man. Let me get this out of the way, because I bounce all over the place. I bounce all over the place when I'm doing these shows. I never, I only came on here tonight because I didn't see too much going on, and what was going on is kind of what I was talking about. Anyways, I said, fuck it, let me do a live. I go on other panels and I kind of have to adhere to their rules, and at least the way I can talk about what I want to talk about, whatever it may be. Anyway, let me shout out the people that came in to see me, man. I'm very, very humbled, very honored that anybody would even stop in. Mr. Pads, my bro, always showing love, man. Always showing love. Thanks for coming by, Mr. Pads. The Lost Art of Boxing, the LAB. Salute, my brother. Vince Williams, man. Thanks for coming by. G5 Jeff TV, man. Great interview with Pads, with the coach of Pads yesterday, bro. And they were talking about that on Drew's show this morning. I stopped by there, and I bet you got a few subs today, because, man, Drew was talking about that interview, bro. Really, really good stuff. Some gems in there. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for coming by here, and thank you for shouting out my channel on your show, bro. Yeah, weather down here is funky, Mr. Pads. It's not bad weather. Yesterday it was 90. Today it's like 70. So kind of weird. Mother Nature's playing tricks on us. We fucked around with her long enough. I think she's coming back to fuck around with us. Seen and unseen, man. Salute to you, my brother. Derek Clark, bro. Thank you for coming by. 150, my bro. 150, man. You're a hell of a guy, bro. And you started some ripples in the community the other night, man. That fucking guy was. I'm not even gonna say his name, man. He was fucking telling you don't know shit about boxing, bro. 150 knows fucking more than shit about boxing, man. Maybe he doesn't know about Sugar Ray Robinson, fucking the Ezra Charles, the Joe Louis. Bro, I don't even know that shit, man. Nobody knows. You can't talk to us like historians, and this guy was telling 150 because he doesn't know Sugar Ray Robinson. He doesn't know shit about boxing. What the fuck, you mother? I was invited on that panel, and I didn't even want to come on because how can you argue with an idiot like that? I don't go on there to overtalk people and But anyway, seeing you 150, man. Shout out to you. 22 years old, bro, and this fucking guy's telling you don't know shit about boxing. You'd humble him if you ever got on a fucking debate with him about today's fighters, bro. I think even about yesterday's fighters. I don't, whatever. 150, you're my man, bro. Wrote my musical theme over here. We'll play that after too, bro. Fuck it. We'll play that right now. Let me find where I'm at now. Put that on hold for a second. And this is my theme right here from my man 150. I have to find it here. Here we go. We'll make sure we get that on. Get the volume up for that.
I had to drop a track for my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here arresting boys out here telling fakes. I'm the hardest young nigga, I ain't signed to no label. Hey, Bruce Gas putting up fights on the table. Calling that Boston 6 Kane versus Abel. Smoking so much gas, you would think that shit was fatal. On the people's champion like Muhammad Ali. Shout out Bruce Gas, one day we gon' meet. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, we gon' smoke hella weed. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, take a hit out the Toka 2. Slipping hella shots, feel like Tyson with the people. Little Glock by my side, but it hit just like Isaac Cruz. Shout out man, Chad, real shit, that's my fucking dude. We always cooking on the panel. Straps on my side, I ain't talking about no scandals. Pass me the blunt, I'ma light it like a candle. Ayy, non-stop bars, man, I always spit flames.
One, two, loud.
Yes, always got a different strain, bitch, you ain't like me. You can never feel my pain. You win and you lose, well, this a fight game. Don't beef on the net and the shit won't change. Said that on the string, gotta do it for the game. Said that on the string, gotta do it for the chat. I ain't undisputed. Yeah, hold on, I ain't undisputed, but I want all the straps.
How can we not love that? Let me cut my background music down so I don't get in any kind of jam over there. But 150, man, nothing but mad love for you, my brother. Salute. Macadosh Mac of the South, man. Shout out to you, my brother, man. Thank you for coming by, bro. I appreciate it. My brother from Ireland, Brian Hockey. Thank you, my man. Thanks for coming by, bro. Oh, they jumped on me. You know how people say they jumped on me? It really did, bro. It jumped on me. Let me get back there so I don't miss anybody. Cause there we go, man. There we go. Memphis Freestyle 901. Shout out, my brother. Thank you, man. All the way from Memphis, Tennessee. Graceland. Yahweh, no smoke. All fire, no smoke. And Remy. Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming by here, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Ack Reacher, the Jab Jamboree, man. Toughest fucking flyweight out there, man. Ack Reacher. Shout out to you, my brother. All right, man. I wanna talk a little about the herb right before we start on my lightweight memories here. I gotta see if that Congress and that stuff that I take for memory, see if it kicks in. But this is what I picked up today. This is Dosi Do. Very, 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 very nice weed. It's a predominant indica. And look at those buds. Look at those gems in here, man. That's like about 5 grams, and it's a huge, very what they used to say back in the day. It has bagability. You know, you walk away with something like that. Let's see if that focus will kick in there. Come on. Let me even it up here. Come on, kick in, focus. Come on. Well, you know what I'll have to do? I'll have to put my hand behind it. This is what makes the focus kick in. There we go, eh? Hey, how nice that bud looks. It's got the Canelo hairs in it. A lot of green. Very, very spongy. Pungent. And anyway, where's the little container I had for that? Here we go. You put that in these. I love these old pill bottles I used to get. I was on this stuff called gabapentin a couple of years ago, and it used to come in these big bottles with like 180 of them in here. And these are nice containers for weed. They're airtight. They're light proof, light resistant, I guess. And they're nice and big. They don't crush your buds, but they'll stay a long time in this thing, man. They'll stay for a long, long time. But I purchased. See, when I was talking my humidor, that's what I keep my weed in. This is a cigar case that I got back in the day, a couple of years ago. Got a couple of cigars in it. Got sick as a dog smoking the fucking cigars. But I keep my reefer in there because it's just what you want. It's airtight. It's light proof, and it's humid in there. It's a humidor. I don't know what they put in there, but there's a little moisture in there. And beautiful thing. I dropped it. It was all blue, and I put some duct tape on there. It had a little crack, but it's still airtight. See, you can't pull that sucker off. You have to use the air release valve. I can feel it if I go up here. It's right there. There, you do that, and you can hear it almost pops like a. And you burp it, get it nice and tight again. And anyway, that's my little stash bin, my humidor. But anyway, man, a friend of mine, he got this Felix Nunez, man. Salute to you, bro. Salute, man. Thanks for coming by. I hope I didn't miss anybody else, because sometimes I talk, I look at the screen, I look at the this and that, and I certainly don't want to miss anybody, because I appreciate you cats coming in here, man. Wouldn't be any fun without you. Anyway, man, this friend of mine, man, this dude that good bro of mine. I hope he's out there watching it. And anyway, he had a seal meal, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta get one of these, man. It's better than those jars. You put it in this seal meal, bro. I opened up buds I put in there a year ago, and they're still good. They're still like fresh." I'm like, "Really, man, really?" And so, I didn't really have the I didn't want to get one. They're like, $50 and every the bag. I'm kind of a guy who's stuck in the past. Michael Johnson, bro. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button. I don't know what it means, but I kind of like seeing them when I go look back at my things, because sometimes I get a couple of hundred views and I only got like 30 likes. And come on, man, don't you like me? But maybe that'll get me more visibility. It's encouraging to see, and and the way I look at it is, man, I go on sites when they shout me out, "Hey, Bruce Gas," I sure as fuck I'm gonna give them a fucking like, man, because that's, I don't know, man. It's a little courtesy we do on YouTube here, and I appreciate if you do it for me. And like I said, when I go on your sites and you shout me out, you're going to get a thumbs up. You're probably going to get one anyway, but anyway, man. Yeah, that's a beautiful fat nugget. Beautiful fat nugget, man, for sure. And anyway, man, this seal meal thing, I bought this today. I bought it last week, and it was that's another story in itself. But I got it today. My wife started using it, and she got this sour diesel. Took this sour diesel out. She fucking the shrink wrap. I mean, this was only her first one. The first one she didn't get it right. Didn't take the air out. And I'm saying, come on, baby, you know how they come. It's like a girdle, man. It's like a shrink wrap boat. It's an amazing thing, man. But anyway, the seal meal, they've been around for years. I've seen them around. You can dip them in water, your soup, your hamburgers, keeps a steak for years, whatever. I bought it for the weed, and man, I'm happy right now. It's got this bud. This is about a 2-gram nice nugget, and it's tight, it's hard, it's like a little rock right now. You just throw that in the back of the drawer, probably in the humidor on the bottom of it, and I'll pull that out for a special occasion when I'm kind of like numb to the sour diesel. And I got the Dosey Dose. That's two nice strains I got yesterday. But anyway, here's the thing about this fucking seal meal. I talked to the wife. I told her, come on, baby, let's get it. It's $50, and then they had the baggies that go with it. I think the whole thing came to like $59. So anyway, I got that. Went into Amazon, and I ordered it. Excuse me for a second here. Blow my schnoz. I don't want to. I got the dollar store Kleenex there, so I was going to take my camera off. I should have, but anyway, I ordered it on Amazon Plus and Amazon, and I'm doing it online because and even shopping online. That's something we've all done it a dozen times. But some people take groceries. I'm starting to do it a lot more now. Getting a lot more things because during the pandemic and shit, nobody really wanted to go out, make contact. So even before that, I mean, shit. Remy, bud's still fresh, man. Probably in the seal meal. 3 years ago. But so anyway, I order it, and I'm corresponding with Amazon. Total at the end is $9. I'm like, what? So you have a $50 gift card credit or some fucking thing. I didn't even know I had it. So I get the thing. It's $9. How can I beat that? That's my wife says you got to be sharper. You got to start looking around because $50. I go online a lot. I buy a lot of stuff now. As we all do. But I didn't fuck up $50, man. Believe me. I don't. I spend what I spend. I know I'm spending it. I don't leave money in an account or behind or whatever, bro. I'm as tight as a clam, and that's fucking watertight, baby. I'm frugal. I'm not tight. I don't have a nickel to my name in it because I've given it all away, and money and me are not meant to stay for long. But I get value for my dollar. I don't. If I give it away, I know I'm giving it to a good cause. I know who I'm giving it to. And anyway, I got the thing for. I'm not going to argue with Amazon. They're fucking multi-billion-dollar company. They'll come down and flatten my house. They'll nuke me over here, man. Thank you for the $9 I got this thing for. And this is a great buy. Remember, you just said a bud for 3 years. I don't know if I could keep a bud that long. I probably could because I'm old. Now that it's legal and shit, there's almost no need to. But I like doing it. When you're flush, when you got some nice stuff, you can bury it a little bit. And this little nug right here, don't know when I'll pull it out. Or you know what's nice about this too, man? You take something like this out to a restaurant or to a bar. You can leave that as a tip, and it's legal. Here in Rhode Island, anywhere where you can smoke a cigarette, you can smoke a doobie, a blunt, whatever it may be, and you can exchange it, but you can't get money for it. So you can give it away, but you can't even buy it. It's in such a gray area right now. Probably the best time in the world to cash in. But anyway, there'll probably be 100 retail shops up, and I know December 1st they said is the day where it's going to be. They're going to have their distribution centers open, and I don't know, man. I kind of like that. That's almost like that's legal tender, That is probably worth as much as I was cleaning my house yesterday. Look what I found. A fucking $1 million bill. This dude that's helping me move stuff when I clean it, he goes, there's a $100 bill back there. I said, come on. He goes, no, I'm ready to put the stuff back. He goes, no, really. I'm like, okay. It was this $1 million bill. United States of America, Statue of Liberty in the front, legal tender. I'm going to go try to cash it tomorrow, see what happens. See if they throw me out of the diner or, I don't know. I don't go to diners. I don't hardly go anywhere anymore for food. But anyway, it's just a nice little novelty there. And like I said, bro, this reefer, that should be currency, That'd be a good way to get it around. Because, back in colonial days, tobacco was currency. Everybody that went to history, everybody that studied history in the 4th grade knows that. But anyway, that's just a little, that's the weed portion of the program. The lightweight championship coming up in Australia, bro. Ferocious George Kambosos, Devin the Dream Haney. It's going to be a good fight, man, That is going to be a memorable fight. Because they're both on par with each other, I believe. I think Haney's got a little more in the talent department. I think Kambosos is a little more psyched being at home like that, having a hometown behind him, his first defense. This is going to be a very, very interesting, highly anticipated. How many people they have in that stadium in Liberty, whatever it's called, man? That huge stadium in Australia. It's a national holiday, no? And I'm glad I'm there. I'm streaming it. Anybody wants a stream? Just ask me. I'll give them one. Drop your email. Hey man, I'll drop it down anytime. Heavy Leather, bro. Salute, man. Thanks for coming by. But see the lightweight division. The first memorable lightweight fight that I saw was Roberto Duran and Esteban de Jesus, and that was Duran had one defeat. I think he had about 50 victories, one defeat, and the only loss was a decision to Esteban de Jesus. And this was in early 70s, man. Maybe I think the fight I saw was in 74. I know it was because that was the first apartment that I got. And me and my buddy Jay, we had a black and white TV in the kitchen. We had about 6 people from the apartment next to us coming by because they weren't boxing fans, but I told them, this fucking Roberto Duran, he punched a horse and killed it. He's a nut. He's a fucking 135 pounds, and he's wild, and he's fighting this guy Esteban de Jesus, who's fucking nuts, and he beat him once. Anyway, man, it was an awesome fight. Duran got knocked down in the first round, came back to stop de Jesus late in the fight. I don't remember what round, but Roberto Duran and even Esteban de Jesus, bro. I mean, I watched Esteban de Jesus later on in his career. He lost a few, brought on to lose, and then he got in this fender bender in Puerto Rico, and he got out of the car and he shot the fucking guy in the head. He killed him, and he said he was all fucked up on coke and heroin, injecting it, and I can relate to that shit. And anyway, man, he got sentenced to life in prison. And while he was in, he found out his brother had AIDS. This was in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. And he was released from prison to die. And Roberto Duran went down to see him. Duran gave him a hug and a kiss, and Remy, please, man. I'm at a stage in my life where I appreciate things like that, but man, it's accumulations of things, man. It's. I'm looking at them both right now, bro, and I appreciate him, bro. I really appreciate him, and I just don't feel that that I deserve any bullshit like that, man. And I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, as far as lightweights go, man, Cully Fabrioso. Hope I got your name right, my bro. Thank you for coming by. I'm saying the same thing twice, bro. You don't have to do that. Kinda Loco, my brother. Shout out to you, man. But, man, Roberto Duran, he kind of ruled the lightweight division. Numbers I'm not great with, but I think he defended like 11 times, knocked out 10 of those opponents, something fucking crazy like that. I saw him defended against this cat named Ray Lampkin at Madison Square Garden. Fucking Duran, man. He looked like Charles Manson. He was a fucking nut. He looked like a fucking killer. And he beat the shit out of Ray Lampkin. Ray Lampkin had to go to the hospital. JC, bro, thank you for coming by. He put Ray Lampkin in the hospital, and they were having a press conference. And this stuck out, man. I read it in the mags, and I remember watching it. And Duran, cocky as can be, he couldn't speak English. He needed an interpreter. And that's probably why he never made it. He was never the hit that he could have been in this country, man. It's fucked, but you got to learn to speak American if you want to make the American dollars. You see Canelo, man. You see Lomachenko. Those fucking guys, they no speak of the English, but where the money's concerned, then they just start rolling. Phil Hill, bro, salute, bro. Remy, you're my friend too, brother. Shout out to you, man. One love for everybody out there, man. We love boxing. I don't care who you're a fan of. I don't care who you ride with. I don't care what the fuck you think you are. But I know what I think you are. You're a fucking you all love boxing, man. And I love boxing. And that's why I love you, because, man, fucking boxing is Drew was mentioning today, Slide Encounter, man, on his show. He was mentioning G5 Jeff's interview with Pads, man. And I told him, I said, yeah, bro, I said, I know G5, and Drew sends me a text, man. Hey, here's my email, bro. So, asking to hook up with me, and I'm talking to G5 on Twitter at the same time I get the text. I said. I put them together, and I like doing that, man, because I love when this boxing world gets together. Mike from Boston, shout out, man, and Carlos Mendoza. I like to see people with. I don't give a fuck about your alignments and your fucking your heroes, and boxing this is not a sport for heroes, bro, because every boxer's a hero, man. And you fall in love with a boxer, they're gonna break your fucking heart. Believe me when I tell you that. Oh yeah. But Roberto Duran, man, there was really the lightweights and Roberto Duran were one until Roberto decided to move up to welterweight. And then, but the lightweight division went on without Duran. And I remember the WBA and the WBC. Now they were suddenly, the title was suddenly splintered. Carl, brother, salute to you, man. Thank you for coming by. And there was a dude named Arturo Frias, and he was in the finals with on the WBA side. Ernesto España, from Puerto Rico. I think it was Puerto Rico, maybe Venezuela, but he beat this guy Claude Noel in the finals, WBA finals. And I remember him nailing Claude Noel with a left hook, man. Ernesto España. I thought he was going to be something. But where was my mind going? I lost my train of thought here. We're in the WBA lightweight championship after Roberto Duran. And yeah, like I said, man, on one end you've got Arturo Frias, who beat Ernesto España in the finals. He was the WBA champ. And then on the WBC side, we had from fucking Scotland, Jim Watt. And anyway, Duran went over there and beat Jim Watt. So Duran's got the WBC title. Arturo Frias was over here, and there was a great fight at lightweight, man. There was a kid named Ray Boom Boom Mancini. He was the media darling, white Italian kid from Ohio. I mean, he was the heartland of America. He was an Italian. He was white. He was the apple pie kid, man. They wanted to make Ray Boom Boom Mancini lightweight champion of the world. They were giving him fights. He was on national television. They had his father at ringside. They were comparing him to Duran. You know, his dad was supposed to get a title. He went to fight in World War II. He got hurt and never got his shot. And Boom Boom was gonna do that. And you know, it was like a little soap opera. CBS had it set up. And anyway, on like I said, the Alexis Arguello, one of the greatest fighters in history. He was the WBC champion. And Boom Boom Mancini, he was the number one contender. He fought Alexis Arguello. And you're right though. Yeah, Watt was a pretty good southpaw. And yeah, he beat O'Grady. He was a cheater though. He headbutted O'Grady. That was a fucking lousy. That was a tough fight to see. And we got so many lightweights that had the titles in there too, man. I'm trying to get my train of thought going back again. It's kind of tough, man. I don't write anything down. I try to remember these fucking things from my head. And maybe I don't smoke enough weed for these shows. Maybe I smoke too much. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm going to switch brands over here. How about that? I've been smoking this Do-Si-Do all day. Let's see what we got. See what else we got in here. The Perp in the green bottle. The Perp in the green. Let's see what a little nug of this looks like. So I know this is a nice indica too. I love weed being legal now, man. I love it, man. Look at yeah. There's a nice little. Put the cover on that so it doesn't spill like I did last time. Put that back in. They do things in order here. Get that little humidor of mine put aside. See if I can get you focusing on this little butt of the Perp here. Come on, put that up there close. Come on. No, once again, it's weird with this camera. I have to get a. There we go. Anyway, man, that's a nice little dense bud. Go into my dense little brain here. Tony Boswell, my brother, salute to you, man. Tony Boswell, sliding counter. Thanks, guys, for stopping and listening to a little bit of this old man talk about some of the lightweight fights that he saw leading up to this. I think it's a great fight, man. I think it's a great fight that we're having this weekend, bro. But it's actually it's the end of the domino effect over here, bro. Right now, because it's like what I can remember, the fights that I was digging on, sitting in a similar position, smoking a similar pipe with some similar tobacco in it. We're on the Alexis Aguayo and Ray Boom Boom Mancini fight. There we go. The old cognitive's kicking in. I love the different flavors of weed. That herb. Much like a grape. But anyway, man, Boom Boom Mancini was brought in CBS's darling, man. He was an all-American apple pie. He coming in with his dad, his family, fighting in Youngstown, Ohio. And he comes in to fight. They're trying to portray Alexis Aguayo as the bad guy. They're showing him with that fucking right, boom, knocking people out with that right hand, man. Alexis Aguayo, if you like boxing, you love Alexis Aguayo. He was a stand-up boxer. He had an orthodox style, and he fought everybody. He went to different countries to win titles, and he had a right hand like a shotgun too. Let me tell you, I saw Aguayo get outboxed and end a fight with one shot quite a few times. He was featured a lot on CBS. They were building that. They wanted Boom Boom Mancini to win a title. They even had the celebration ready in his dressing room. But anyway, man, Boom Boom. Excuse me one more time. I gotta blow the schnoz. Mancini was, you might say, stylistically, he was just a better boxer than Boom Boom Mancini. He had been to so many different fights. He had such a vast resume, so many different styles that he fought, and he experienced defeat. He was not coming in. He'd been in hostile territory before. He'd been under the light. But anyway, man, it was a great fight. Mancini looked really good in the fight. Nando Lamas, man, shout out to you, brother. Shout out. Thank you for coming by, man. Thanks for coming in. Aguayo got that knockout. I think it was late in the fight, maybe the 14th round. It was a brutal knockout, definitive, and Aguayo definitely proved he was the superior man in the lightweight division in that era. Boom Boom Mancini was such a popular fighter that they built him up again. They went to WBA route. In fact, I'm going to I have this one in my vast repertoire here. Let me see if I can dig this one up, man. See if we can show this fight. Come on, stay there. There we go. Put that down there. I think we're here. No, it didn't come in. Sorry about that. Let me go down here where. Come on, this thing's just not doing what it's supposed to do for me right now. I'm hitting my bookmarks, but they're not coming in. Wait a minute, let me cancel this one up here. Guys, sorry about that. I think I'm good now. Hang on a second. I want to throw this in the background. This was an exciting fight. There we go. Let me put it on the screen over here. This fight I remember in 1982, and they wanted Boom Boom Mancini to win a title, and they got him in line for a fight with Arturo Frias. And I've seen Arturo Frias a few times. Like I said, he beat Ernesto Espana. Tremendous left hook, man. It was the kid was tough. I saw him fight Bobby Chacon one night on I was just home going black and white TV, but they had two back in the day before cable that you could get. They had UHF and VHF. It was weird. It was your regular channels 1 through 13 or 1 through 12, and then there was another spectrum where you had to have the special tuner on your television. You had to have a special antenna, but it was VHF, and you got these channels from throughout the country who came on satellite. I remember they had the one from Dallas, Texas. They had the WCCW on there, and then you get Telemundo. And this fight was on Telemundo, the Arturo Frias and Boom Boom Mancini. I couldn't understand a word of it. I knew who they both were, and it was like, wow, this was like a gift for somebody who you catch your boxing on weekends, but we're catching it over here on a weeknight from someplace down in, I think it might have been in Arizona, but it was on a Spanish broadcast. Great stuff. But getting back to the Boom Boom Mancini and Arturo Frias fight, I'm gonna pull this gem up. We'll put it on in the background here. We'll see if it works okay for us over here. Share and share alike. There we go, man. I think we're cooking with gas over here on the big screen. Yeah, baby. Here we go, man. This was a short battle. Watch this fight. You want to see toughness in both of these fighters. Arturo Frias. I thought Arturo Frias was going to beat him, man. I thought Frias was going to win, but CBS, man. CBS had, look at that left hook. Oh, it was like, whoa. Mancini's hurt. Fans, look at these fucking guys, man. This is a war. This is lightweight. This was a lightweight title fight. And see, this was a 2-belt era, and people had to convince themselves that this was a lightweight title fight, because the average boxing fan, one champion, one division. There was no two champions. That just wasn't accepted. There were unifications fights, but people loved Mancini, and people accepted Mancini, and people accepted Alexis Arguello. At the end of that fight with Mancini, Alexis Arguello was a true gentleman. He gave Mancini his full credits. He said, if anything I can do to help you, I love your father. I love you, man. Mad respect for Alexis Arguello. Everybody loved him, man. They took that black hat that they tried to put on him, and it became a white hat. That's the way the cowboy movies go. But there were two good guys that night. And anyway, man, right here there were two good guys too. They tried to portray Arturo Frias as the bad guy. Look at these. I don't even want to say anything when this fight's going on. Check this fight out, bro. Punching Bag Skunk. Salute my brother. This was like 40 years ago, man. Almost to the day. Really, bro. This was right around. This was. Oh, look at this. Oh, man. And Arturo Frias is coming through. Title that we're going to see on Saturday night over here, Sunday afternoon in lovely Australia. You know what I was noticing too, man? I don't have very good lighting in here. I have my couch, and I put my camera in front of it and my screen. I use my television that I watch, my receiver, whatever we call them these days. But I can't get the orangeness out of me over here. I'm like, man, what do I got? Hepatitis on my yellow? Got my man, some of your lights, bro. You don't have the fluorescent lights on there. You've got whatever. But anyway, he says I got to buy some better lighting, so I'll look like I'm not under chemo over here. But yeah, bro, that was an awesome fight, Phil Hill, man. I remember that one, and like it was part of that crazy lightweight time. Because I remember Mancini, what's his name, Arguello, he never lost his lightweight title. He gave it up. And the lightweight title was passed around, man. There were a lot of champions in there. You had the Sean O'Grady's, the Helmut Kentys. And Mancini, he had a few decent defenses. And then there was one night, man, I watched it, and he fought Livingston Bramble. And you guys remember Livingston Bramble, bro? The Snake Man? And that was a hell of a fight too, man. That was with let me see if I can find that one. On the undercard, that's Mancini. Yeah, the first one, man. That was a we'll put that on the background as we speak, man. I like having something like that on that we can just watch. It's like my buddy Mad Chad's Tavern. We show fights over there just the same way as here because I got this new computer that my computer man made for me. With the sound cards. It's what they call a gaming computer, but it's very powerful. And I can do things like this. I can have different windows open and share fights, and they don't lag and shit, man. And this fight here, this was a fight that chair at ringside. The 80s, yeah, baby. This was 84. I remember this night, man. I was married, and my wife didn't want to hear it. She wanted to go out, and we ended up staying home. And she was pissed. She went to bed, and I'm telling her, man, this is Livingston Bramble and Boom Boom Mancini, man. Come on. And the undercard of this fight was Gene Hatcher and Bump City Bumpus. Bump City Bumpus was the junior welterweight champ. He was from Lou Duva's. He was from Triple Threat Stadium. He was one of Lou Duva's fighters, man, from New Jersey. I don't know if he was with Triple Threat, but anyway, man, Bobby Ches, all those guys up there, man. But Bump City Bumpus got knocked out by Gene Hatcher. Tremendous fucking, I think it was a left hook. Or an overhand. It was a power punch. It was an overhand right or a left hook, but it was a shock. Gene Hatcher was brought in there to lose. It was maybe a sign of things to come. Livingstone Bramble, the Snake Man. Yeah, this is the fight, bro. This was it was a cable fight. It wasn't pay-per-view. Well, if it was pay-per-view, I had the black box, so I got it. But Buffalo, New York, I remember the locale. I remember the night like it was yesterday. It was a Friday night, and it was like, wow. My wife at the time didn't want to watch it with me. She went to bed. I stayed up digging it, man. I'm like, wow, and I'm fucking yelling especially when Bump City Bumpus got knocked out, and Gene Hatcher was the WBA junior welterweight champ. Another belt that got passed around, and that's the belt that Aaron Pryor had when he fought Alexis Arguello. Phew. I mean, damn. I mean, it was real easy to follow boxing in the two belt era because all the belts came back to one another. Where now they're splintered further. I'm gonna speed this up a bit. We got a big titted Hooters girl on there's a ring card girl or whatever it may be. Let's see here, man. Yeah, let's get in the ring and get this fight started here. There we go, man. That's a little 23 years old, man. They talk about these fighters today. Oh, we don't want to push them too young. Bro, Mancini's already in about his 6th title fight. Won all but one. And, he's going against 23-year-old Livingston Bramble, the guy that used to walk into the ring with fucking pythons over his shoulders. He was a crazy one from fucking Jamaica. Mancini was afraid in this fight. Mancini said he didn't know what the fuck this guy was all about. This guy had a fucking snake, Jake the Snake Roberts kind of a snake. Yeah, that'd be a hell of a fight, no doubt about that. I don't know, Mancini. I like Mancini, but he's not one of my favorite fighters, man. It's like he was in some very, very breathtaking fights in the lightweight division. But back when I was watching boxing all the time, I work with. It's kind of like now. I watch boxing all the time now because I'm not working. I got really nothing to fucking boxing. I dig boxing. Like the shirt says, man. Only 2 or 3 people besides boxing in my life. But Livingston Bramble, he was somebody to watch after this. He had a couple of successful defenses, man. He'd be like Tyrone Crowley. I'd have to look at it. Mark Nash, my brother, salute. But this is all part of this historic lightweight division. And man, like I said, man, this is the fight we just saw was 40 years ago, and this was 84. So this was 38 years ago. Time does fucking fly, and it seems like it was yesterday, man. And believe me, a Friday night in front of the TV by myself, my wife thought I was nuts. She was pissed at me anyway. But I'm very animated in a fight like this, especially just coming off of an upset. And fucking look at these guys, man. Both of these guys aren't taking it. They're trying not to take a backward step. Mancini doesn't know how to. Bramble doesn't want to. You know, and Bramble was just more talented, fluid. Mancini just had that fucking go for it style. If he didn't get you out, he didn't stop fighting either. He was conditioned. I mean, we're talking about 15-round fights. In fact, Mancini, he was the guy who was the reason where 15-round fights became 12-round fights. So some people say he was one of the reasons. That was the famous Dooku Kim fight. That was in defense of his lightweight championship before this fight. A headbutt already on Mancini's head. Unintentional. There, looks like is that Dr. Doc? Is that Donald Romeo, or is that the one from Las Vegas? What the hell's his name, man? I'm so bad with fucking names. I love the music in the background too, man. I'm gonna have to get some guys making it for me when I don't get flagged for this stuff because it's background stuff and it's elevator music. I get it off, but whoever's riding in the elevator are some pretty talented motherfuckers. And man, look at Mancini. Mancini's head in his chest, trying to hit the body. Bramble, he doesn't want to take a backward step. Bramble knows. And remember, man, both of these fucking guys are 23 years old. How old is Devin Haney? 25? I don't even know, man, because I know they're in their late 20s and they haven't even had title fights yet. They're still getting broken in. I don't get it, man. I don't get it when we see these cats in their early 20s. They've already gotten their title shots. They've already had top 10 opposition. Who's the cut man over there and working on Mancini? Let's see his face. Let's see if we can recognize this cat. The referee's taking a good look at him. I don't know if Mancini, he cut a lot, but I never saw him really get fights stopped on cuts. So he wasn't a bleeder, he wasn't a leaker. Yeah, those are definitely the top. Duran was probably the top I've seen. But then, man, like I said, during the 80s, there were so many good lightweights in there. Guys like the Helmer Kentys, the Sean O'Grady's, Brambles, Mancini's, and then you had Aguayo, and then we were just breaking into the era too, where just shortly after this we had Boom Boom Mancini and Edwin Rosario, Howard Davis. They're all in this at the same time too, man. And we had Watt and the lightweight division was popping, fucking popping. I mean, the names I'm rapping off. If I went in there and grabbed one of my Ring magazines and really went to Greg Haugen and Vinny Paz, dude, and they're all fighting each other, but yet they were carefully matched up. They never had like Mancini and Paz. That would have been a great matchup. But then look at these motherfuckers just going at it. This is offense. This is great boxing. And this was stuff that they fed us on I guess now they're starting to feed us on a weekly basis. They're feeding us the quantity, the names are marquee value names. But see, these dudes are war-tested veterans. Bramble, I didn't know much about Livingston Bramble. I knew he was a number 4 rated. I had read about him in the magazines, but I just thought he was going to be a victory for Ray Mancini. And like I said, Mancini coming off that 15-round win, the Dooku Kim victory, where Dooku Kim died tragically, which made boxing say, hey man, these people are getting killed in the 15th round. It's like, come on. And so boxing started the pussification of dropping championship fights down to 12 rounds. Yeah, that's what I said, man. The pussification. 15 rounds is fucking, that's championship fights. That's what separates the men from the boys. And these fucking guys are 23 years old going into 15-round fights. Swoop Like Me, sister. Shout out to you. Salute, man. Thank you for coming by. And people in here, man, I go to Swoop Like Me's channel. She was on all day today, man. Give her a sub, give her a like, man. Go over there. Let's get everybody over here, man. Everybody's got YouTube channels. You know, give them some love. That's what it's all about. You know, for me personally, it gives me something to do. Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. You know, what was I going to be doing? I'd be sitting here saying, I wish I went online. Because, man, you know, we're all talking about the same shit. And, you know, I think this is very relevant this week. The lightweights are coming on to a climaxing fight Saturday night, bro. We know that, man. I can't wait. I'm like a little kid over here. I'm getting fucking giddy. Oh, I thought they might have been hitting me with one there. They do that on occasion. But see, this is all. I don't own the rights to these fights, man. All royalties be paid to the copyright owners. This is for educational. I hope it's educational. I hope it's entertaining. Coco, salute, my brah. It's education for me, man. It's highly entertaining for me. I'm getting buzzed out. I'm enjoying some fucking fights. B&B, salute to you, my brah. I love boxing. Lightweight division is happening. Real stuff. This is the stuff I was weaned on. This was my. See, you cats in your 20s and in your 30s. This was when I was in my 20s and my 30s. This is when I didn't have many worries besides boxing. Not that now it's gone full circle. You know, I spent my 40 years in the industry. I paid my dues, and I couldn't develop as much time to boxing as I wanted to. And so, you know, that's why I get educated when I hear a lot of you guys talking about a lot of the Floyd era fights. I got all the big fights, but I certainly wasn't as engulfed as my brothers and my sisters were. And I'm learning so much listening to you cats, and I hope I can share something with you that D-Ray, my bro. Because this was a fucking great night, man. This was back and forth. This was like unbelievable. Lightweight. This was incredible. You know, Alexis Aguayo was the WBC. He was the real lightweight champion, they called him. I don't even know if he had relinquished the title. I think he had. In the Aguayo prior fight had already happened. So Mancini was considered the best lightweight at the time right now. He was officially he had the WBA championship. And he was the best. He was the well-known, best-known Fresh BX. Yep, Shane Mosley, man. You know who? You know he was juiced, but who the fuck knows who else wasn't juiced back then? You know, even they weren't even checking for fucking anabolic steroids until the early 2000s. You know, people say Mike Tyson was juiced. Who the fuck knows, man? You know, I was in the gym back then. I was going. See, when I wasn't only working, I was also my job was I was a personal trainer. After I left my first career, I was into health and nutrition for the last 25 years or so of my employed life. I was a personal trainer. I was a nutritional advisor. I ran a small fitness studio where I had a retail supplement business back when supplements were fresh and hot and new and expensive, and you couldn't get them at the 7-Eleven. You know, people went to places like GNC, and even at GNC, those fucking guys didn't know what the fuck was going on. You know, I had been in the business for a long time. I used most of the supplements. I tried them. Cat Sports, yeah, man. Mike Katz, bodybuilder. But this was a great night over here. We're into the 11th round, non-stop action. Yo, Captain Crunk, shout out to you, brah. Yes, we do. We support, and you know, my love for boxing. I put out a plug. I hit over 500 subs, man. It was a shock to the system right there, man. I appreciate that so much. But I got this thing called a community page. And I can put out polls, and I can Dude, all you cats who have community pages, you know what it is. You see them at the bottom at the of the YouTube menu that you get. But I put mine out and I said, "What do you want? You guys want to talk about boxing, nutrition and health, wrestling, or jazz? Because I can rap about all of those subjects. In fact, I kind of incorporate a lot of them into a lot of my shows. But overwhelmingly, jazz was the thing. Well, a lot of people do say that, Captain Crunk. But hey, somebody says he wouldn't. So what the fuck? How could my opinion's as valid as yours? And we all have a point. And that's why I don't get into arguments about fantasy fights. Because who the fuck knows? I love people who he would have guaranteed would have kicked his ass. Floyd would have went through him fucking fast. Well, Errol Spencer's nothing. Bro, in the ring is the fights. Fantasy fights. Now I guess they have internet sites. You can internet actually games where you can get the guys in the ring. It look like Mancini and Bramble in there. You can do all this shit. Yeah. I mean, I saw Muhammad Ali fight. I watched so many Ali fights, and bro, there ain't no heavyweight that ever fighting like today. That's fighting like even after Ali. Larry Holmes, as great as he was, I think a prime Ali would have fucking befuddled Larry Holmes in a fight. Man, they fought each other, and Ali was gone. That was not Ali in there, bro. I saw the Muhammad Ali of 1971 of fighting fucking Joe Frazier. I saw Ali in his earlier fights. I wasn't as mentally retentive as I am now, but I do remember seeing Ali when he fought Sonny Liston. In 1964, I was only 10 years old, but I remember the Beatles. I remember Ali and the Beatles. And I remember unfairly Ali, and at first I said, he doesn't want to be he's a draft dodger. Good, fuck him. I didn't say fuck him. We couldn't say fuck him in my house back then. But Ali was vilified throughout most of America. Until people realized that the fucking war was bullshit. Vietnam was a fucking waste of lives, waste of America. And Ali knew that, and Ali had religious grounds, rolling with the punches, man. Shout out. And Ali said, no fucking way, man. I'm not going to go kill my brother in another land. He never called me the N-word. And they wanted to throw him in jail for 5 years. They took some of the best years of his career. They took his fucking money. They took everything, bro. And fucking Ali, he didn't go backwards. He was going to go to fucking jail for his beliefs. I started getting on an Ali rant, man. I loved Ali. I was a fanboy for Ali. You know how you got people right now? Oh, he's the greatest in the world. He's a gentleman. I love him. I was like that for Ali. Not so sappy, but I was fucking. You weren't gonna say nothing about Muhammad Ali when I was around, baby. No fucking way. Even though Joe Frazier was my man too. I got a Joe Frazier shirt in there. Fucking Muhammad Ali. He was the man. He had beliefs. He could back it up. He fucking spent it all. He didn't give a fuck. He was beyond a great boxer. He was a deity, man. Maybe that's why people who never lived and saw Ali, maybe you're settling for fucking bologna sandwiches when I was fed filet mignon. But then again, man, it's like a fantasy fight, like you just said, man. Shane Mosley would have kicked Mancini's ass, whatever it would have been. Who the fuck knows? But all I know is this is why I speak of the boxing that I lived through, because I can just come in here and do it off the top of my head, and I'm so grateful. I got 14 people in here listening to what I'm speaking, man, and I hope you're digging on it as much as I'm digging about talking it, because it jars up these fucking memories of boxing that I loved, and the lightweight division is coming to a heat on Saturday night, bro. What do you guys think? Do I have to put a poll up? Yeah. Why don't I do that? Because I learned I can do that here too, man. Let's have a quick poll and see who we think's going to win this fight tonight here. This fight on Saturday. We know who's going to win this one. Or do we? Boom Boom Mancini, All-American hero. Livingston Bramble, the crazy voodoo man from Jamaica with the big snake. Yeah, I heard today that Troy Graham was sick too, bro. So man, shout out, say a prayer for Troy Graham. Regardless of what you think of him, bro, he's a good guy. He loves boxing, man. It's one love out here, man. That's the way it is with me. But shout out to Troy Graham, bro. Feel better, my big brother. Feel better. Let's create a poll. Okay. Cambos. And add option. Nah, there's no option there. I'll put an option. I'll put a draw. But that's really not an option. Well, let's see if this works here, man. This is what I suddenly popped up since I got the 500 subs, man. So anyway, we'll do a little polling. I'll throw it in the chat room there if anybody wants to vote on it. We'll make sure we read it off at the end of the night, because I did one the other day. I put, do you smoke? I think 3/4 of my audience do you smoke weed? 3/4 of my brothers and sisters out there, they smoke the herb. So we'll put that up there, man, and we'll get back. I'll go back on StreamYard. All right, there we go, man. Yeah, baby. We're getting towards the end here, man. And believe me, Mancini does not look like he's gassed, does he? Look at him still throwing those sharp punches. And Mancini, he's got a great body for boxing. Livingston Bramble especially too, but Mancini, he had to build his body. He wasn't born a boxer. He's got that white man's disease. He had to put those shoulders on. He had to do a lot of shoulder reps, a lot of shoulder presses, a lot of push-ups. And he's got that style. He's not a boxer. He's a brawler. He's a body puncher. He wants to put that head in your chest. Bramble's got a lot more talent. Bramble can keep him on the outside, and Bramble's got wide left hooks, great overhand rights. Livingston Bramble was a good stand-up boxer. Good shit, man. Water pipes. You don't talk about my water pipes. How you, D-Ray, bro? That's my Toka too. My wife just bought a new bong on Sunday. She was getting sick of me coming out here and keeping the Toka 2 out here. And she couldn't get to smoke it. So, she has a bong in there, but that's my old bong. I called it the I vote by mail. Those stickers they gave you when you voted? If you voted by mail, they gave you these stickers. It said, I voted by mail. I put mine on my bong. The bong I was using at the time was this about a foot tall, red, white, and blue thing made out of rubber. It looked like a big fucking dildo. We could bend it too. It was kind of cool. My brother gave it to me. And look at these fuckers going at it. Man, phone booth war. What a fucking round. Here we go. This is the round 7. Oh, that's all we're in is round 7? I thought we were a little bit later than that, but man, this is some fucking great shit. Great shit. And the lightweight division, man. After Mancini lost to Bramble, that title got spread. Edwin Rosario kicked the fucking shit out of Bramble. Whew. And Rosario, he got beat by Macho Camacho. I mean, and not to mention, man, who comes in there at just after this? Who actually Lou Duva? He didn't let him fight these fighters. That was the great Pernell Whitaker, who went on a different route. He went the WBC route, where Jose Luis Ramirez, he got the title after Aguayo. After Aguayo relinquished it, I forget who he fought for it, man. I don't think it was Claude Noel. I could look into it, but I'd have to take this down and go into my other screen. And that's another thing I'm getting to improve my my broadcasting capabilities over here. I'm gonna get a laptop. I never had a laptop in my life, and my bud today called me up and he's got one, and he's like, "Oh, bro, I know you could really use it because you said you wanted to do stuff on your porch where you could look out at the bay and do your shows." I said, "Yeah, but bro, I can't swing it. It's nah. I'm gonna give it to you. You can pay me off as you go along. I said, really, man? Man, you know, it's good. It's good to have friends, bro. It really is, man. You know, and especially friends who friends who can lay shit on you and not want immediate cash up front. But I'm looking forward to that, you know, and that way my wife can have the other. She can use the laptop when I'm on this computer. She can watch her movies and the stuff in the kitchen. And hey, man, we're moving into the 21st century, slowly but surely. Yeah, Pazienza and Mancini, man. We had, you know, Pazienza. He's, you know, I communicate a little bit with Paz on Twitter. He's a hometown boy. You know, I was really psyched that he took me as a friend on Twitter, and I've spoken to him a couple of times. I was on a three-way chat with him when my brother Trick Nolte called him up one day. Trick, fucking shout out to Trick Nolte. If you're out there, I know Trick's gotta go to work soon, but man, shout out to Trick Nolte. He connects with boxers, bro. He does it through Facebook and what's the other one? Instagram. And then, you know, you get to talk to these guys like over here on YouTube. You know, you meet them, you hook up with them, you get their phone numbers. And Trick loves boxing, man. Trick's got a fire burning in him, bro. You know, Trick loves to get these boxers guys like this here. You know, they're my age now. They're in fact I think I'm the same age as Livingston Bramble. In fact I think he might even be a couple of years younger. He might be like 66. I'm 67. But anyway, man, Trick reaches out to these guys, and he gets them to come on panels. He graced me with a couple of fighters, bro. And I don't even know where I was going with this. We were talking about Vinny Paz and sliding counter, Paz and Mancini. Paz had a couple of good fights with Duran, but those were late in his career. And Paz, he was a little pit bull, man. He fought locally. He won himself fucking world titles. I saw him fighting the fucking Providence Civic Center at lightweight a couple of times at the Civic Center, but this was the best one. He fought Joe Frazier's kid, Joe Frazier Jr. I think his name was Hector Frazier. Fucking place was sold out. The largest crowd ever packed at the Civic Center. The Providence Civic Center had fucking Frank Sinatra, Elvis, I mean the Grateful Dead. They had fucking the sellouts were like nothing for them. But selling out with a boxing arena in there, where you know it's not a stage. You're bringing people really in. I guess you can fit more people out of boxing. I think before that the record was on the Battle Royale with Andre the Giant. I was at that one too, man. But shout out to Vinny Paz. I hope I get him on here one of these days, because man, him and I could chop it up. Shit, just talking about the fucking fights I saw him at as a lightweight, because we're sticking with the lightweights right now. I love the heavyweights. Bro, I can talk about the light heavyweights, the middleweights, man. You know, fucking boxing. But I like to stick on subject here. And this weekend we're having a fucking accumulation, man. We're having the fucking undisputed. We're having Devin Haney and fucking Kambosos. And fucking Kambosos, man, he just beat Tio. This is not going to be this is the best. This is probably as big as any of these fights were that I saw. You know, people will look back on, wait. Somebody was talking, look at this fucking shit. Oh my God. Dude, if we saw one exchange like this, if we see one exchange this weekend, we're going to be happy. Look at these motherfuckers. They're fucking toe to toe. Bramble's got some nice head work. Look at a bolo punch. He's doing a little fucking boloing in there, man. This is entertaining. 40 years later, I love it. It's like it was fucking last night. Life is good, bro. Oh, Mancini with those wide punches, the body punches. See, Mancini might be a little Hollywood after this too, because Mancini was really big. And this was when the coke was flowing like water. I don't even think they were checking you for coke back then in boxing. I don't know what they were checking you for, man. I really don't. I don't know if they were doing. I don't know what they were checking you for. I would have to talk to somebody who was in that era. We'd have to find out. Maybe it was for amphetamines or. Jim, I don't know. No, Carlos, you know, you're right. In the Hall of Fame, to me, I'm going to say the Hall of Fame, it should be bigger. Because there are a lot of inductees who don't make it first ballot, or people say they shouldn't be in there. You know, I'm not going to name the fighters I think should be in there. I don't even want to start a debate about that. But I think that individual states should start having a bigger Hall of Fame. Mick Smith, my brother, salute to you, bro. And Mendoza, I don't know if did I shout you out yet, man? I'm getting stoneder and stoneder over here, because you know what they say, man. Education is important, but boxing is importanter. So I'm floating away on boxing. In fact, I need some more. I still have a little bit of water left here, but no, Coke was out there in the fucking 80s, man. Believe me, I was out there in the 80s. And you went to a party, and if you didn't do a line of Coke when they put it in front of you, you were the oddball. You know, now you'd have to fucking go hide in the closet, go in the bathroom or some fucking thing. But man, back then, I mean, they had the fucking the mirror and the straw. Be like that at a party, you know. It was everywhere, and it took a strong mind not to do it. You know, I used to laugh at the people who used to pass it by until I learned how evil this fucking white powder is. And anybody doing that shit today, man, put that fucking shit away. There ain't no fucking future in it. It's gonna rot you from the inside out. Oh, that little bit of fun you may be experiencing now, believe me, you can achieve that with a couple of drinks, a fucking couple of tokes. That fucking Coke, that's a bad narcotic. I've seen fucking so much destruction with that shit, man. On a physical level, on marriages being ripped apart, on fucking friends accusing friends. Oh man, I mean, all you have to do is look at some of the documentaries out there, and most of those are true. I mean, even that New Jack City, that's fucking real, bro. You know, fucking Scarface, bro. I was down there. I saw that fucking shit go on, man. I lost friends of mine. You know, especially when they got their hands on a fucking needle in the fucking freebase, and they fucking, now it became the crack epidemic. Before that, it was even worse because people didn't think it was a fucking, it was harmful. You know? Carlos Palomino. This is Roberto Duran's fucking, this was his initiation to the welterweight division. That's the man who Wilfred Benitez won his welterweight title from. Tough motherfucker, Carlos Palomino. Believe me, he fucked a lot of people up. He was a tough Mexican who could fucking box. You know, don't shortchange yourself, man. Check out Carlos Palomino. Yeah, you know it, man. Mick Smith knows what I'm talking about, man. It was you know, I knew so many people who worked for Coke. That was their job. They fucking worked. And, you know, maybe their fucking boss was a Coke man, so he'd pay them in Coke, or if not, they'd get the money and they'd go fucking buy Coke. Pay a few bills, maybe. Dude, living in an apartment for a year was fucking big back then in the 80s. If you had, you know, because the dough just came and went. You had a $30,000 a year job. That's a gram of Coke a day. That's all that is. And that ain't much when you're trying to impress the ladies. But believe me, man, Coke was a fucking, it was the scourge of fucking, of boxing. It was so many fighters. You look into it. And we talked about Esteban de Jesus, the fucking, the lightweight champion. 28, he was, I think he died really young. Too young. He should still be boxing. I think he died at 38. He went to kill the dude at 27. I mean, you know, fucking Coke. Look at Macho Camacho. Fucking shit is nasty. And we're talking millionaire. Michael Nunn. Damn. Well, we could name them. We could go on and on. And see, the dudes I'm talking about, if they're not dead, they've been out of jail. They've been on panels. They've talked about it. I talked about it with Michael Nunn. I was fortunate enough to be on there. And bro, Michael Nunn said, he goes, "Oh, if you're ever in Davenport, Iowa, come on, look me up, man. We're gonna have a steak dinner." I'm like, motherfucker, I got to get out there. And that was Major Key had that panel, man. He invited me on there. But that's how that's one of the reasons I love this fucking boxing community. We can hook up like that. And, oh, look at Livingston Bramble. I hope this fight we're watching on Saturday lives up to these expectations. You know, the Pernell Whitaker era, that was something to behold. See, and then on the other side of that, at the same time, we had Vinny Paz. Vinny Paz was given that title to Greg Haugen, and I was at the Civic Center, and I thought Haugen won that fight, very close decision. You know, D-Ray, anything can happen. A TKO, if he can have him out on his feet and he's fucking hitting his head like it's a speed bag, bro, what kind of referee's not going to stop that? You don't want to see a person killed. You don't want that tag on you being the referee. You know, let it go on. One punch too many. I don't know, man. Anything can happen. I think Haney wins a unanimous decision. If you know, like my bro Mad Chad says, they put a gun to your head, but nobody's putting a gun to my head. So, you know, I go in there with an open mind. This is a close fight. Kambosos is at home. He's got his home crowd behind him. Devin Haney, I think, is a better boxer, but is all this stuff? Has he matured enough? I mean, these guys are 23. Devin Haney's 25, older than that. I don't know, bro. I don't know what the ages are. All I know is, if Devin Haney can pull it all together, if he can go in there and if they both fight their best fight, I think Devin Haney wins. If not, if Kambosos fights his best fight and Devin Haney is off a little bit, then Devin Haney, he's in his home country, bro. That's how Vinny Paz got his title. He was in Providence Civic Center. I thought Greg Haugen should have won it, but and I'm a Providence homeboy. Vinny Paz got the title, and you know, I watched it again. I still thought Haugen won it. Vinny Paz thinks he won it. They fought each other 3 times. You know, they still hate each other. Vinny says I'd choke him out if I ever saw him walking down the street. So I'm not going to fucking bust his balls about Greg Haugen fights, man. He's fucking... And you know, some of these fighters, you talk to them, you look in their eye, and they ain't fucking around. You know, they're fucking around, but they ain't fucking around. You know, guys like James Toney, he likes to... And Ray Mercer, I spoke to both of these guys on the panel, and you could tell there were a few people there where... don't say the wrong thing to these fighters. It's all internet, it's all love, but you can see that these fighters, they have this gear in them that we don't have. That they turn that on. That's how they end a fight. I saw Sugar Ray Leonard. I was in the 4th row, man. I saw him fight Floyd Mayweather Sr. He turned it on in that last fucking round. I think it was that 8th or the 9th round. You know, he had beaten the shit out of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Sr. Tough. Whew. I think I showed that fight on here one night. But, man, you saw the killer come out in Sugar Ray Leonard when he was going down his prey. The ref wasn't going to stop him. Angelo Dundee wasn't going to stop him. You know, he was going to get those shots in until he was pulled off there. You know, he had to have the hands had to be wrapped around him until he came to. And I was watching that show Punked. Oh, you see Livingston Bramble land that left hook, man. Woo. Ashton Kutcher, he punked Sugar Ray Leonard, and Sugar Ray thought he didn't realize he was being punked, and you could see that. You could see the hawk coming back in his eye for a second, and Austin was like, cameraman, come on out here, you're on Smile, you're on Candid Camera. But yeah, bro, and you know the real champions, they have to have that crazy killer instinct. That's something that if you don't have that, you know, some of them almost had that, but they didn't quite have that. You know, they'd like Ferdinand the Bull. You know, they'd rather sit and smell the roses. And Ray Leonard, that's another one, man. Coke ravaged Ray Leonard. He'll tell you, fucking guy was a fucking ounce a day man. You know, we had to keep the entourage going, and the ladies, fucking Coke Coke had a fucking belt in the fucking 80s, bro. For a long time. Fucking had me for a while. 1 year. I smartened up real fast. I was lucky because it was kind of, I had already had some drug experiences, and I believe me, there were more to come. But the Coke, I knew that this was garbage. I saw the guys who were pot dealers. They would all of a sudden they became Coke dealers, and they became fucking total assholes. And you know, you wanna see a scumbag? Give him a fucking pound of Coke. I mean, you know, it's. But anyway, man, I'm glad that's over in my life. Anybody who's fucking around with that shit, please wean yourself off of it. Cold turkey is nothing. See, Coke's not physically addicting. It's psychological. You think it's physical. It's only because your stomach it hasn't been properly nutrient. It hasn't had the fucking hasn't had the good nutrients in the probably dehydrated. Your organs are probably all fucked up. Probably too much alcohol. But you know, my point is, man, that Coke is it's gonna fuck up your life, and there is no room for that, man. I know a lot of cats on here. Oh, I like the Coke. I like the whores. I like going out there, bro. Put that fucking shit away. The whores are okay, and going out there is okay, but that white powder, that's fucking too much blood. Too much blood is fucking turned that white into red, and you don't want that fucking shit, man. You don't want that shit. It's used to be the rich man's high. Now it's fucking. Just thought of it. Yeah, man. These two, and it's, you know, it would have been great to have this 40 years ago when I was watching this fight. I could have watched it live. And talked about it with my people. That would have been before copyright strikes. We probably could have even showed it on the fucking internet. It would probably have been on the www.Brucegas, boxing, jazz, and more. But yeah, man, going through those lightweights, bro, we saw so many great fights. You know, the Floyd era. You guys all saw that, man. The Manny era. Just Shane Mosley. You know, that's the time where I couldn't sit down like this and just dissect the boxing and get the feedback. It didn't exist because I wasn't. I guess we didn't have the YouTube, but I wasn't internet savvy. I had a computer for work. Oh. Livingston Bramble with that inside uppercut. Snap Mancini's head back like one of those puppies, like one of those dogs in the back of a car. Those bouncing dogs. Those were cool. Yeah, Livingston Bramble he had some energy. I think he might have mentioned some herbs. He was a weed. He got busted for weed. That's the thing about that was the funky thing about the boxing industry back then too. See, marijuana was a big part of culture. So they tested for marijuana, and you know, weed being the fat soluble substance, it stayed in your body for 30 days. Most people. But they would ban you. They would declare fights no contest for weed. For the fucking thing that I enjoy these days. I was reading something the other day. It's more than an herb. It's more than an herb for recreation, and it's more than a century-old medication. It's a combination of both. And yeah, that's kind of true, because it's truly recreational right now, but very medicinal, because I told you, man, my fucking arthritis just gets worse and worse. And well, as long as I don't think about it, I don't fucking worry about it. If I get up in the morning straight, I loosen up. I don't get stoned when I first wake up. The Beatles did that, man. those fuckers. I was listening to a Bob Dylan fucking interview when he was over in England. He said they had their butlers. They used to roll them joints and put them on the staircase. When they came down, they just light up their joints. This is back in the fucking 60s. So that's the marijuana. And the coke, man, please, let's just zip ourselves on that one. I'm gonna stop on that. And man, I'm gonna get into boxing one more time. Yeah, I everything is so intertwined. I mean, fucking drugs and boxing. Yeah, like I said, weed. So many fighters got their fucking careers fucked up over weed. Goodyear tires. I don't know who that cowboy was on there. Dobbs Auto Centers. Oh yeah, baby, go down to see Billy Bob Dobbs. We get you a nice pickup truck with rebel flags and shotgun racks. No extra charge. You just tell them the Livingston Bramble Boom Boom Mancini fight sent you, and we'll give you a pit bull with them trucks. Yeah, baby. Here we go, man. We're back up in Buffalo. A shuffle-o to Buffalo, as they say. Livingston Bramble looks like he's taking charge here. Mancini's caught a fucking beating. Man, check this out. Mancini's looking at... Mancini can't fight on his back foot. Mancini is not a real... Livingston Bramble is just popping Ray Boom Boom Mancini now. Oh, stop this fight, referee. That's it. Fight's over. Wow. Wow, 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 as the OG would say. Lou Duva's got another champion. And Lou Duva's another one. What a character in boxing Lou Duva was. Dave Murphy. Murphy Griffin. David Wolf. His whole crew from fucking Youngstown. And it's crazy, man. The story of Boom Boom Mancini going to Youngstown. You know, you go back and you read some of the shit on that. See, I'm turning orange with these bulbs I have. I have to go get some. Next time you see Bruce Gas, Tim the Skywalker Mussy, salute, bro. And you know, Tim's uncle, Bobby Chacon, he was in there with Ray Boom Boom Mancini. He dipped into the lightweight division. Ill-advised. You know, Bobby was best at featherweight at 130. But man, he was part of this action that's accumulating. Saturday night, we're gonna have one, count 'em, baby, one lightweight champion. And who's it gonna be? I don't know, man. I don't care. I want to see a good fight. I want to be surprised. I want to be awed. I want to shout out, bro. I want to see some fucking action, Jackson. And I'm gonna be streaming that fight for sure. I think we have fights on Saturday afternoon too. I don't even know. I'll look. I don't have another screen on here, so I can look right now. You pull up the schedule, as they say. Go to my mail. We go to let's see here. We want to go to East Side Boxing. I'd rather go to Boxing 24. I get that one sent to me. You know. I don't know what happened. I used to have my email was cool, but now I get so much shit in there. Yeah, here's Boxing 24. It was right under. I'll go down to the bottom of that and get on the boxing schedule. You know, I guess my email has been given out so many times that I get so much spam in there. I don't even care anymore. But going back is you can't really find it too well. Yeah, here we go, man. ESPN's fights. The title fight in Miami in Australia. For the undisputed lightweight title, we're going to have Kambosos and Devin Haney for 12 rounds. On the undercard, Lucas Brown and Junior Farr. That should be a pretty cool fight. The rest of it looks like crap to me, man. And then in the that evening, Stephen Fulton and Daniel Roman. That's a junior lightweight title. So, man, you know, they put those 130, 135 pounders in together. But You know, after Mancini, after he went up, that was the like I said, the emergence of Livingston Bramble to Rosario to Whitaker, and Whitaker ruled that division. Whitaker unified the titles. You know, he got them all back again. Whitaker, his first title fight, he went to France and he fought Jose Luis Ramirez, and he got robbed. He beat Ramirez. I thought it was a hands down hometown decision, bro. We got to watch out for those. We got to watch out that doesn't happen this weekend. Anybody saw the first Whitaker Ramirez fight? It was for the WBC. WBC belt. I got to get some more water. I'm going to come right back. Yeah, I'll be on it for a couple more minutes. Bear with me. I'm going to grab some water. Back again. Put my microphone back here. I don't know if it makes any difference. Maybe it does. I don't know. It feels normaler having that microphone within a foot or so of me. Not to some guys go right down there and have it in there, but I think that sounds okay. I hope. When I listen to my replays, and yeah, I do, and I check the chat out again, make sure all my family's got their wrenches on out here because we don't want anybody to block you. And I watch it on StreamYard, so I don't get to watch the YouTube version until I watch it in the replay of it. And I always check out the analytics. That's something cool you can do too. You can, as soon as your show's over, you see how many people were watching it, how many people stayed watching it, which is great. When I see something over 15 minutes, I'm like, yeah, man, because I bop around the internet all the time, and when I get like a 15-minute, when I'll stay somewhere for 15 minutes, that's I'm giving them a little bit of time, but then sometimes I stay there for the whole show. It all depends on where I'm at and what they're talking about. But most of the time, I go to everybody's channel. I give them this thumbs up. I give them support. I listen to what they're talking about. If I like it, I stay a little bit longer. It's maybe sometimes all day. Sometimes I'll put the buds in the earbuds in and go out for a walk and just listen to them keep preaching. But other times, I go there, just give them a thumbs up, man. Shout my love, support, and I got to run. Sometimes there's 10 lives on at the same time. There probably is right now, man. I'm probably fucking stepping on somebody's toes. Man. I don't believe in any of that bullshit, man. I believe in dude, I was around when we had 3 fucking channels to watch on television. Even back in the day when the fights were on, when the great fights were on, they were fucking, ABC, CBS, and NBC. And then we got the VHF version, the UHF, I'm sorry, whatever it was called, channel 56 and 38 and 82. And then cable came and there were 150 channels on. It was like fucking MTV and all this crazy shit. ESPN, USA, Tuesday Night Boxing, fucking HBO, fucking wild shit. But that's why this internet, all these channels, and this is where I live now, bro. Television, I watched television this morning for about 15 minutes, I think. When I woke up, I turned it on there to see what the news was, the weather was like outside. Not that I kind of knew from the day before, but it was a little cool. I go feed the cat and I see if I need to put anything more than a t-shirt on when I go for my morning strut, man. But it seems like it's all internet and YouTube. Although I said to you guys, I told you guys last night, I went into this fucking what do you call it, man? Binged it. Anyway, I watched the Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid, the television series. It's on one of the fucking, man, you know, I think my brain is getting fried. So I'm starting to not to remember the things that I should remember. It was on a Hulu series. And anyway, I streamed the whole fucking thing in about 2 days. 4 different seasons of it. And it was cool, man. The Cobra Kai, the studios, you know, Johnny and Daniel San. You know, they're both grown. They got their families and their kids, and you know, they took on other kids. It was cool stuff, man. I watched it, like I watched 10 episodes one night, and I got away from YouTube because this is where I live. That was my point. I bop around. I see different channels. Some I'm talking about boxing. Some I'll listen to. Sometimes I go see the sisters in the Philippines. They're singing karaoke up there, man. And I'll give them a request. And I'll sit there. I'll fucking dig on it for a little bit. And man, you know, I don't do I've done it a couple of times, but I'm not a karaoke man. And it's just to show love and support because this is great. This is giving us something to do, keeping us active, keeping us hooked up. Swoop, you know what I'm talking about, sister. I mean, there's so much out here. This damn, you know, who can even count them? There's probably millions of fucking channels out here. Everybody who has a YouTube name has a YouTube channel. And you know, some people take themselves real seriously, which I think is fucking hilarious. But you know, other people have great content, and they just fucking they do it. It's just it's part of our routine, part of our life. I look forward to it, man. And you know, I appreciate cats coming on here and you know contributing. I don't like to drop the panels. I like to go on other panels sometimes. But yeah, some of they get out of control, out of hand. And see, I have this gift of gab, so I go on other panels, and sometimes I feel like I'm taking them over. So I don't need to do that. I can just turn my fucking channel, go live, talk about some fucking boxing, talk about some weed, and talk about some jazz, man. Professional wrestling. Whenever there's a big show coming up, AEW I don't watch, but Tim Mussey. See, I love to participate in the chat. I'm not a fast reader. Sometimes I am, but right now I think right now it's maybe my gears are winding down. If it weren't for my 10-year-old son who likes gaming channels on YouTube, he really got me into YouTube. I like having the premium at work. I can just listen to the box talk instead of. I hear you, bro. And you know it's funny because I got this friend of mine who's a computer geek. He's been my friend now for over 40 years. I talked to him just today, and he went to New England Tech. And dude, this guy was a postman. I thought he had his life career set, and he fucking said fuck that. He didn't like dealing with people, the post office, the schedule, and he said fuck it. And he went to school. And the post office was fighting him. He claimed like a mental disability and shit, and they wouldn't give it to him. So he couldn't collect anything, and he still got his veterans loans and shit. And he went to New England Tech, and he took the bus every day. And you know, he never complained, but I know the dude was up in fucking Providence with $1 in his pocket, not even enough to buy a cup of coffee and take the bus to school. But he went every day in the fucking rain and the snow. And his wife had the car. And you know, he toughened it out, and he didn't even get a job in the industry. After he got his degree, and this motherfucker was the smartest guy I knew before he went to New England Tech. His kid was into computers, and he got into them with his son. His son was like his best friend, and anyway, he had the ability to get into New England Tech. His son didn't even graduate from high school, but yet he's a fucking, you know, borderline genius with the internet that I can see. I mean, I'm limited, but bro, talking about the YouTube Premium, he fixed my phone and my internet, so I don't get any commercials. I never got a commercial on YouTube in my life, and he just hooked up some ad blocker for me. Same thing on my phone. I can put the music on. and it just goes song after song. I can or channel to channel, but it's fun having these friends of mine. These really, really good friends of mine, bro. Like I said, 40 years. And he comes down and takes care of me with the internet stuff and fixes the phone. If there's a way around it, and we're not breaking any laws. Fuck no, man. This is the West. The internet, man. There are all kind of fucking crazy killers out there. All kind of fucking sites, predators and weirdos and sickos. We're boxing fans, man. We're potheads. We love hooking up, and see, I can find a community. And man, you accepted me with open arms when I came here. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I started watching these chat rooms, and I started, making little comments, and people, somebody talked me into getting a microphone. I didn't even have a camera for about a year. I just used my dog, his picture, the icon, and my brother Curtis Anderson up there, man. He talked to me on panels. He said, "Oh man, because you gotta get yourself hooked up. You gotta get a channel." And I'm like, a lot of different people told me, and sure enough, everybody's got them on here. All those cats did, and I'm one of yous. But man, I know what it is, bro. Everything, I've got 3,000 jazz albums on hard vinyl behind me in the closet. And in fact, I had to move them because I got heat in my house. I didn't have heat for 25 years. I burned wood. It was fun. If you think you could do it, try it, baby. 7-8 cords of wood. And I used to buy 4-footers when I was a little younger. Cut them with the chainsaw, split them, season them. Fucking chase the rats when you're fucking going and trying to fill the wheelbarrow. But anyway, man, I got a heating system. And I had blocked up the ventilation from the heating system that was in there before. I was in my 20s. I said, fuck it, I'll burn wood. I don't give a fuck. I got a good stove. I got a porcelain stove from Sweden. It's called a Yodel stove. You heat that thing, and it's got a catalytic converter in it. It burns a concentrated burn. So anyway, it's a proper heating system. I got away with it for a long time until I got too old to split wood. And anyway, I got to install the heating system, and I had to get the ventings cleaned out. So I had to move my albums I had on the bottom row of the shelf because I needed the airflow. So I had to put them in the closet. So from M to Z, I had to take out of there. But anyway, man, every fucking jazz album that I have, I could find it on here. And if I can, I can find one real close. And I put the buds in. It sounds better than I used to have 2 fucking JBL, 15-inch JBL woofers and piezo tweeters and Voices of Theater mid-ranges. They were the size of a cigarette machine. I had 2 of them in my living room. I'd blow the fucking neighborhood away if anybody would even dare complain about it, but nobody ever did. I never had any fucking problem with my neighbors. I got the Monhoe Bay as my neighbor in the backyard. In the front yard, I got all kind of crazy people up here, man. It's I got a hodgepodge, all cultures, all races. It's really funky, man. It's kind of like living on the water, and a lot of people, I guess, from living in cities and urban areas, they look at this like a vacation area, and houses go up, they get scarfed up, and you got all kind of Rogers University is right down the road, and a lot of their instructors, the professors, they all move around here because this is and a lot of college kids. But anyway, man, my noise, it wouldn't even be a minuscule factor because there's all kind of houses that have 10 students living in there, and I guess they don't blast music like we used to back in my day. But I used to have those cigarette-sized custom speakers that I built. That would shake the fucking windows, man. That was serious music. But now I can put the damn earbuds in. I used to fish all the time, Tim. I actually caught a fish from my living room window a few times. I got a deck out here. We cast off the deck because, the water's right there. I think I showed you guys. Salute Demetrius Bright, bro. I've shown you guys how close I am to the water. And, I've caught a lot of fish out here. It's funny. I was talking to somebody yesterday about fishing. A neighbor of mine. I don't even know the guy. I knew his fucking grandfather. I saw the guy. I gave the guy CPR. He dropped dead in the next yard over. About in 1995. I remember the fucking day, man. I had a restaurant, and I'm in the fucking bathroom shaving, and I'm looking out my window, and he's talking to my other neighbor, the guy had a lobster boat, and the guy's out in the boat, and he's hey. It was early in the morning. I think it was about 9 o'clock or so, and I see him drop. I see him like start doing a boogaloo, and all of a sudden, boom, he goes down. What the fuck? I thought he was fucking around, and I'm looking, he's not moving. And so anyway, I fucking just wiped my face. I go over there, I jumped over the fence. I'm like, Manny. And I could see his eyes were open. He's dead. I mean, he's dead. And my other neighbor, his wife comes out of the house, and I'm giving the guy CPR. I knew CPR, but I knew he was gone. But you know, I said, call 911. He's had a heart attack. I knew he had a heart attack. He had his fucking nitroglycerin pills right in his hand. And my neighbor Russ, he came up, the guy who his friend was, he came up and he's giving him mouth to mouth, and I'm giving him chest compressions. And he had foam coming out of his mouth. It was fucking he was dead. But we tried to stimulate the motherfucker. I'm putting fucking hammers on his chest, man. But anyway, man, his kid was down there and he's talking about fishing. I don't know how I get on these fucking crazy fucking rants over here, bro. But yeah, and he's saying, you catch fish over there? And I said, oh yeah, shit, man. And he's telling me about this fish was called flatfish. They used to be out here like crazy. You could catch them, man. They were flounders, small flounder, and they were called flatfish. And then the season just ended for this fish called the tautog. It's I don't know that's the name of it. If you Google it, you'd probably see what it is, like a black sea bass. And they run. There's a lot of them that run in the bay in front of my home, and I caught a 7-pounder in my living room window. I had a guy pass the pole in from the window out on the side, and we sat there smoking weed and watching. We were watching WWF wrestling on a Saturday morning, and sure enough, that fucking pole tipped. We reeled it in. Somebody ran out there. The beach is about maybe a 10-foot drop from my living room window to the sea, and we reeled it in. We ate the fucking thing, man. Yeah, so I've caught. Once you catch them, you just get sick of fish, and you have to clean them, and you have to cook them and freeze them, and bro, you catch good size keeper fish, and they're unless you need them for food, and believe me, I've eaten clams in front of my home, steamed clams. Oh, they're the best in the world. Twisted clams, they're known nationally. People say Maine clams, steamers. They have things called clam bakes, clam boils. The clams in front of my house are known throughout the fucking anywhere that they know that they're connoisseurs of clams. They'll know twisted clams. Like they call them twisted because twisted's right across the river here. It's like at the mouth of the bay or river. But anyway, they're awesome. They're sweet. They're succulent. You can dig them right in front of my home, right in front of my house. Home. What do I say? Home. Home. I don't know what it is, bro. But I guess it is my home. I've been here for 40 years. My happy home, my happy life with my happy wife and my fucking smoking dog and my bong and my weed. I used to have to flash my legal card. Now it's all legal in Rhode Island. And we're having a tremendous card of lightweight fights, getting back to the boxing once again, because, man, I love boxing. And for the rest of this week, it's lightweight boxing. Probably some of the most talented boxers. We sat here for 2 hours, man, and I just named off lightweight after lightweight, and we still haven't gone beyond the Pernell Whitaker era. Man. But anyway, 2 hours. That's enough. It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, Tim, man. Like I said, bro. Fish are great. It's definitely God's gift. I always say if there's a famine, I'd at least eat for a couple more days until they came down and fucking got me and got my fishing pole. But the clams, awesome. You can dig them up, you can steam them up, You can feed your friends, and they're fucking delicious. And I had my next door neighbor. He retired now, and the poor guy, he's probably 90 now, man. It's time flies. But when I was younger, and he had a lobster boat. The dude's he was a school a superintendent, no, principal. I'm sorry, he was a principal of a school in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, a couple of towns over, next town over actually, over the Mount Hope Bridge. But anyway, he was a lobsterman in the summer, in the off season. The guy was the hardest worker I ever knew, and he'd go out. He had lobster pots. He'd catch his own fish. He'd put nets out there, catch bluefish. They'd run in schools, and he'd sit on his fucking bench in his backyard. He'd be filleting the things. He'd keep the steaks, give them away, and the guts would all be his lobster bait, and it would stink like hell. Whew, for about 2 or 3 days a year when he was filling those fucking barrels. But anyway, he'd pretty much give me lobsters. I'd buy them off him $3 a pound. He'd sell them, he'd go sell them commercially. But if he could he'd be gracious enough to sell me lobster whenever I wanted them. $3 a pound, cheaper than steak. It got to the point where I'd rather have a steak sometimes than lobster, man. If you've never had it, forget it. But if you've had this succulent cockroach of the sea, it is so fucking good. Baked stuffed. I had one the other night, man. My wife bought a couple of lobsters. She paid $10 a pound. But we used to get them for $3, and sometimes he wouldn't even charge me. A lot of times. But anyway, man, I used to have them steamed, get some clams, steam a lobster with them, throw some potatoes, some onions, sweet potatoes, chorizo, fucking good shit, man. A little butter on the side, and you get most of the stuff right from the fucking bay in front of my house. The lobsters and the clams, the two main ingredients in there. Awesome shit though, man. And summer's coming. Who knows? Man, I don't eat shit like that anymore, man. I just don't. I stay away from fatty foods. I have to because I have a esophageal problem, and I can get away with it sometimes. I take my meds for it, and I'm cool. But just another thing to share. But anyway, bro, Bruce Gas. He's gonna be checking out in a sec, man. He's checking out. I'm gonna be signing off here, man. A great 2 hours. I appreciate everybody who spent it with me, bro. I really do, bro. Make sure you give me that thumbs up. If you can share this show, I'd appreciate that, man. And of course, man, give me that sub. Most of the people in here, I've seen them in here before, and the ones I haven't, man, I'll rent you up when I go in the YouTube. I see you around here a couple of times, man, because all people are created equal in the eyes of Bruce Gas, and they're all made blue by me if they hang around in my chat over here, bro. I appreciate it, and once again, man, thank God for every day. I can take my glasses off. I don't have to look at the fucking chat anymore. And thank God for every day, man. It's a blessing. It really is. We're going to end this show, man. Great show. Because I can talk forever. I have that gift of gab, but I like to keep it real, too. In fact, I don't even like coming on every day, man. Because, you come on every day and you get, he's on every day. If I leave see him, I want to be an exclusive. Maybe once a week, twice a week. Maybe. I like it. Thank you so much for coming on here, man. Shout out. Peace.